Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another type of attribute that we can use inside a button tag when we are using it for the form. Okay, so mainly we are going to talk about the another attribute of button tag, which is form method. This is one of the most important attribute of form tag of button tag, because with the help of this attribute we can specify the method of submitting the form. Okay, so how we are going to proceed in this session, like firstly I'll walk you through the code. Like here you can see I have just noted down the simple code where only one heading is written, right? So if I show you the output of this code, it is quite simple: HTML by Sharmit, right? Now, like firstly we will discuss the requirements, some basic definition, then we will write the code, we'll verify the output, right? So by the end of this session we will be able to understand what is method, how many types of method, how we can verify the methods on browser. So these all things we are going to discuss in this particular session. Okay, but before we start the session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because these all sessions of playlist are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be really very easy for you to understand the ongoing topic. Okay, but for now we are just focusing only on the form method. But prior to this, yes, we have discussed many other things, like uh, we have discussed like form type, right? Form action. So other things we have already discussed. So this session is in the continuation. So let's start with the session. Okay, so now as we are going to talk about the form method attribute, so let's put heading first. So h2 form method attribute in html in button tag. Okay, form method attribute in button tag, this is the topic. So you can see heading is coming like this. Okay, now as we are going to learn all these things in terms of form, so let's create one form, simple form here. So this is the form. Here I will firstly specify the action, tspgm10, which is one of the page which we have already created. And here we will create one input field, the basic input field. So input type would be submit, and then we will specify the name as well. So name would be username. Okay, and we will add one button, a button without any kind of attribute, so submit button, or we can write button without form method attribute. Okay, so this is just a simple button. Let's define its type as well. So type submit. Okay, let's save this code, refresh the browser. So now you can see, okay, I think we did a mistake. Here we mentioned the type as submit, it should be text because we are talking about input field, not the button. So yeah, now it is fixed and it is coming like this. Okay, so right now if I put something in this place and click on this button without form method attribute, you will see it will navigate me to this page with the data written in the query, or you can say data written in the URL. So this is also indicating one of the type of method. Okay, but we will come back to it again. But for now you can see we are just using normal button without any form method, right? And it is submitting the data in this way. Now we will talk about method first. What is method? So method is a HTML form protocol. You can say method is the protocol used to indicate the desired action to be performed on a given resource. Okay, by the form submission or HTTP request. So in short, if someone asks you in the interview what is method, so you can simply say in terms of HTML request, method is something that defines how the data is to be sent to the form from the form. Okay, so method is just a protocol that tells us or indicates us how the data is transferred. Okay, or you can say it is a way that which define how the data is sent to the server. Okay, how the data is sent to the server. Fine. Now how many types of methods we have? We have mainly four type of method. So let's discuss one by one. Okay, so let me add the first heading here, h3 get method. Okay, so this is one of the most commonly used method, get method. So here I will write another button tag. Type would be submit. Here we will write button without form method attribute. Okay, so let's save it and refresh the browser. Now you can see if I write something here, for example ABC, and click on this button without, okay, let's change it. It should be button with, or here we will make button with get. Make it simple. Okay, fine. Now if I refresh, and now if after writing ABC, when we click on this button with get, you will see it is doing the still it is showing the same result, right? But what is the meaning of get? So get means get method is mainly used to send the data, or you can say when the form is submitted, the data is appended to the URL as a query string. So with this definition, it is quite clear that yes, by default method is also get method, because when we click on this normal button, it is appending the data in the query as a in the URL as a query string, right? Similarly, when we are clicking on this button with get, it is also doing the same thing. So with this example, it is clear that type is by default form method is get. So this is one of the interview question, like what is the by default type. Okay, so you can simply say it as get. Now how we can verify it? To verify it, you can simply right click on your system browser, click on inspect, then you can go on network, then you will perform the operation. So let's put data and click on button with get, and you can click on this file which is present here. You can see it is showing request method as get. That means this is the get method. Clear? And status is 200. Okay, that means this request has been completed successfully. Similarly, if I do back and click on this button and click on this file again, then you can see it is still showing get. That means by default method is also get. Clear? Fine. Now let's add another method. Like there are many methods, so let's take a copy and paste, otherwise it will take time. Okay, so here we will write get, after get post. So by default is this, but still we can put, I think we forgot to put this form method get. Okay, although it's by default, that's why we didn't see the difference, but you have to mention like this form method get. This is the attribute we are learning about, attribute, right? So here also I will put form method post. Okay, and here we will write after get post. Let's save it, refresh your browser, and here we will write ABC, click on button with post. Now you can see the data is not appending in the URL. Why? Because the definition of post is when submitted the form, data is sent in HTTP request body, not in the URL. It's more secure than get and used for sensitive and larger data. So this is the difference. Okay, when we are using post method, it will not show the data in the URL. So now you can see why it is important. Okay, similarly you can verify by clicking on inspect network, click on post. Now click on this file and you can see the method is post. Now here one thing I want to mention, that only get and post method are supported by HTML in browser, not other method. That means like for handling other method we are supposed to use JavaScript, but I'll tell you how we can use those methods. Okay, maybe in detail we will discuss in the upcoming sessions. Next method is put method. Why we use put method? Put method is mainly used to update the existing data on the server. Okay, used to update the existing data on the server. Then if you want to update the data on your server, then you will use the put method, and you can simply use like this. Okay, put method. Okay, save it, refresh your browser, click on submit. Okay, although we have clicked on blank data, let's click with data. So it is like this. But the good thing is like not the good the different difference is that now if I click on put and check my status or request method, it is showing me get. Why? Because browser only support two method, get and post, not other than that. Okay, but it is clear to you that yes, we do need JavaScript in order to handle these type of method like put, delete. The next one is delete. So delete method is mainly used to delete the data from the server, as its name indicate. Okay, then next method is patch. Now what is patch method? Patch method is same as the put method, but it is used for partial update, not fully update. Okay, so this is patch. If you save it, refresh it, click on delete, it will like you can't see anything here. Okay, for understanding these last three method, we will maybe discuss in upcoming session where we will talk on the JavaScript. At the time of JavaScript, we will see like how these methods are used to update, delete, and partially update the records. Okay, but for time being, we just discussed what is method, how we can utilize the form method attribute with HTML buttons as an attribute. Okay, and also we discussed what is get method. So get method is mainly used to get method is used to submit the form, and when we submit the data with get method, it append the data in the URL at the end as a query string. If we talk about post method, it also submits the form, but it will not append anything in the URL. That's why it is more secure than get method and mostly used. It writes the data under the body, not in the URL part. Okay, then the third thing is put method. Put method is mainly used to update the existing record on the server or existing data on the server. After put, we have delete method. Delete method is mainly used to delete the existing data from the server. Again, it is required to be handled by JavaScript. And then last we have patch method. Patch method is mainly used to update. Let's change it to delete and patch. I think we have changed it right. Okay, let's change it to delete and patch. Fine. So patch method is mainly used to partial update the record on the server. Okay, so yeah, these are the all types of method that we can use along with form method. Now don't get confused, because sometimes people use method in this form tag itself. So that is for overall form, for the entire form, but this is for the button specific. Okay, so let's say if you want to submit the data and you want to decide on the basis of buttons, so in that case you can define the method like this. Otherwise you can specify method here, whatever method you want to use, but it will be applicable for the entire form, not only for the specific button. But by adding this, we can apply it for the specific button. Clear? So I hope this session is clear to all of you. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.